Assalamu alaikum and welcome to The Entrepreneur. Once again, we have a prominent individual who is a successful businessman in our community. And we'll be talking about what's the reason he embarked on this journey of business so we can follow maybe his path. So today's guest is Haque Chowdhury from EASTEND Training, amongst other things. I'd like to welcome Haque Chowdhury to the show. Assalamu alaikum, Haque bhai.
Assalamu alaikum.
How are you today?
Very fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Alhamdulillah. Now, very good to have you on the show, especially with the busy schedule, with all you businessmen.
Yeah.
Well, we'll start off just by knowing a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. My name is Abdul Haque Chowdhury.
Yep.
And I live in Batman Green. I'm a father of three.
Right.
And I am the owner of EASTEND Training.
Okay.
So I operate from London Muslim Centre Business Wing. In
London Business Centre, which is in Whitechapel.
Next to EASTEND Mosque.
Okay.
Is the mosque building.
Yep.
It's 8444 Whitechapel Road, next to Al Baraka restaurant.
Fantastic.
I run different courses for different professionals.
Right.
So when I go to restaurant, I run training for kitchen porter, business owner, chef, and everyone. Sometimes I run training for mainstream large corporation.
Yep.
Sometimes I run training for HR of different hotels and catering.
Yeah, we'll be talking about different aspects that you cover.
Okay.
What got you into EASTEND Training or this particular business?
Right. Thank you very much. In UK, my background was accounting.
Accounting.
Okay, yeah, I'm not a successful accountant.
Right.
So, but I'm a successful teacher.
Okay.
I don't have any PGC qualification from UK.
Right.
Teaching something I have inherited from my father, mother, and my grandfather and grandmother.
Right.
So they all were teachers. Okay.
So it's pretty much in your genes.
In my genes, yeah.
Okay.
Also, my wife is a qualified English teacher.
Right.
So I'm surrounded by teachers. My brother, who was a physics teacher for English medium school in Bangladesh. His wife also a teacher.
Right.
And then my sister still working for Bangladesh government. She's a school teacher as well. Why
would you be anything else? All these teachers in your family.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to be anything else.
Because when I was a foreign student in 2008, I went to Bangladesh to get married. I left my work. I used to work in mainstream.
Right.
I was always suited and booted.
Okay.
And
as you are today?
No, not now. I used to be a young person when I used to work for Debenham, styling the nation. When I came back, I left my job.
Yeah.
And it was serious recession. Okay, the country was struggling with finances. Right. Money market was crashed, and there was no job.
Right.
So when I came back,
sorry, what year are we talking
in 2008.
2000. Oh yes, absolutely. The recession hit at that time.
It's money market crisis put everything down. When I came back, I was struggling so much because I left my job. I could not find similar job.
Right.
And it was the worst time in my life.
Yeah.
And then I started supply teaching. So I went to approach to a teaching agency, and that guy said, as long as you're a teacher in Bangladesh, you can teach here. Don't worry, you speak very good English. I was smart at the time.
Yep.
He used to speak very well.
Yep.
You are as long as you're a teacher in Bangladesh, you can teach in UK.
Yep.
I'll put you in school. So he put me in secondary school, sometimes sixth form colleges, sometimes primary schools.
Okay.
So I used to teach here and there.
Can I just ask, what's the reason he said that if you taught in Bangladesh, then you can teach in the UK?
Believe me, there is no similarity between Bangladeshi qualification and UK qualification.
Absolutely,
there is no similarity Bangladeshi, teachers training and UK teachers training. It's completely different.
Right.
Because I was young, I was smart enough. I used to work in mainstream. They put me in front line, and I was, honestly speaking, I was learning half of them from schools. When you go to a classroom, you find out something in the computer, something printed out.
So it's quite different from Bangladesh to the UK.
100%.
But he was giving you a heads up because you taught in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
He just thought, okay, let me just help this chap out a little bit and put you in, helped you in teaching, because that was your qualification, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so let's just talk a little bit about your business, right? Obviously, this is the specific. Normally, we talk about somebody's passion into a business and how they became successful and all that. But we'll be talking about your particular business here today. Now, where are you based? Sorry, you mentioned you're based in East London, East Mosque.
London
in the mosque
Muslim Centre Business Wing is one of the buildings of the Eastern Mosque.
Okay, so can you tell us even though you mentioned a few things earlier on, what are the specific courses that you deliver that our viewers might be, interested?
I run so many courses. Some of them for restaurants, some of them from childminder, and most of the time I run training for new migrants.
Right.
I'm a very hard-working teacher. I teach very well. I provide unlimited learning until they are fit for exam.
Okay.
I think you don't find any other company doing the same thing I do. And that's why my reputation is very high in the market. When I suppose you are my learner, you paid me, you registered with Eastern Training, and then I think this is my examination. So I'll find out, it's called individual learning plan. I'll plan everything by sitting down with you, and then I'll decide what you need to get this certificate. I do not take any examination related to immigration. I have exam, similar exam, but Home Office don't believe us because they always believe Trinity College. So I did everything for you to make sure you learn good English, you pass in the examination. First 2 years, there was no failure. Okay, recently 2 people failed. I don't know what happened. They say they did very well. Sometimes judgment, sometimes for reason. When it's school holiday, school is closed, you don't go to examination. Because last time 2 of my learners first time failed, it was during school holidays, because they have different teachers. I should not comment about this because one of my learners failed last time. She speaks better than any other learners in the classroom, and I wanted to protest. I said, I will defend you. Let me write to Trinity College to find out why did they do this. She said, no, I'll not do it. I'll sit for exam again. It's like, how do you say, it's very tutors to between teachers to teachers.
Teacher and student.
Teacher and student. Sometimes they are, suppose if you have a good mind, you make all positive decision. Sometimes if you're in a wrong mood, decision making could be something.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, many various different factors can come into play here. What are your specialities? What would you say?
I'm a very good food hygiene trainer. I run food hygiene training for restaurant workers, their owners, for their supervisor, for their managers, for large corporation HRs, their corporation directors, their catering directors. I run training from very small worker to corporate directors. So I run also training for almost every community in Britain. I got customers.
You must be very, very hygienic as well. I mean, it comes in handy in this pandemic, right? By the way, he didn't shake my hand earlier on, so that's a good one. Go.
Okay, so I have customers coming from Switzerland. I have customers from Jewish communities. I am proud of serving different communities all around UK, and that's gives me enough confidence and motivation because of my learners' past record with Trinity College put me at very high level.
Very high level,
And so now I'm spending more money to promote my services. So so far I believe in myself. I believe in my hard work, my commitment and determination to my learners, and that's why I'm doing very well. And at the moment, my English courses and Life Index courses are growing very, very fast. So today I'm with you. Probably next week you will see me somewhere in Channel S. Probably the following you'll see me somewhere in all other channels.
That's good.
So it's all about my learners' hard work and my hard work.
Well, look, what I believe, and from a business background myself, as long as your product is good, and then how you present it to your customers or your learners in this case. So as long as the product is good, in this case, you got to be a good teacher, and as long as that's the case, then Bob's your uncle.
I try to be a good teacher at all times, but sometimes I'm very busy. So now I recruit a few other guys to help me, to assist me.
As long as they get that good training from yourself.
So I try to be good. I try to help my learners, and I think you will find very, very few trainers in the town or in UK that deliver services like me. I provide unlimited learning. You don't get this anywhere. You never sit for exam unless you fit for exam. So I teach you until you fit for exam.
Well, one thing interests me is I'm also based in Whitechapel, and I get to see a lot of different types of people, and a lot of people have And this is why one of the questions has just arisen, and it's about spouse visa.
Yeah.
What kind of qualification would you need? Can you tell our viewers a little bit about that?
Okay, suppose you're married in Bangladesh.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to bring your wife to UK.
That's right. Yep.
So you need to satisfy immigration English language requirement.
Okay.
So your wife need A1 qualification.
Right.
To sit for that exam in Bangladesh. Once your wife passed this exam, then she will apply for entry clearance.
And this is something that you train?
That's what I do. Yeah, that's what I train. And then when you come to UK,
yep.
after 2.5 years, you apply for your wife's further extension. In this case, you need a A2 qualification, and that's
actually something I was going to ask you, but you're answering it anyway. Yeah. So if you can just elaborate a little bit.
A2 qualification for further A2
qualification, right?
For further extension. After 5 years, you apply for settlement.
Okay.
In this case, you need B1 qualification,
right?
And then you need your British passport,
right.
citizenship. Then you need B1 in life in the UK.
Okay.
So I deliver all of them. The reason behind people come to me because they always pass in their examination.
Brilliant.
They get unlimited learning, and I told them I'm a by-born teacher. I know how to teach, and I teach exactly.
Sorry, what's the word that you just used?
Born teachers.
By-born teacher.
Because I can remember when I was studying in secondary school, I used to help my mother counting her marks in her learner exam papers. So it's just saying.
Well, the thing is, you've got the passion behind it, and that's why you're in that field. Just for the viewers, guys, if you're watching at home and you got married in Bangladesh, or you're male or female, Haque Bhai is probably the guy you should come and see. So just a little tip there. Right, let's move on to our next question here. I've got something down which is what qualification you need to apply for a settlement. So this is probably relevant to the previous two
I told you earlier you need your B1.
All right. Oh, you've already covered that, have you?
Yes.
Fantastic. So B1, because I'm kind of new in this this field with regards to the B1 and so forth, and what kind of qualifications, what you need to. When I got married here, maybe.
That's fine.
Maybe for a relative, it would be helpful. You also said something about childminders.
Yeah, sometimes local council officers are sending customers to deliver their patriotic first aid.
Right.
Sometimes around training for mosque imams, those who work with children, run child protection courses for them. Yeah. You should not be working with children if you don't have proper qualification.
Absolutely.
So run all of those courses. Even
it's a very fragile department, especially when it's with regard to children.
Yeah, because Children Protection Act very tight, and local authority has been given enough power to enforce. Yeah. So if nowadays they don't have enough money to run those training, so sometimes they send us to deliver training for their childminders.
Right. Okay.
That's what I do, and also I run around health and safety in workplace. Okay. At the moment, you need this qualification because of the COVID-19 crisis.
Right.
It's better to have level 2 health and safety workplace at least. That will cover Health and Safety Act 1974.
I suppose that covers first aid and stuff like that.
No, not that much. You get about 5% of first aid. Health and safety, there are two different qualifications. One of them is food safety, which is covered by food safety legislation 2004. Further one is Health and Safety Act 1974. It's separate legislation.
Well, we've got all these new laws with regards to the pandemic now at the moment, isn't it?
So now at the moment you have to add some of the new government rules like COVID-19 policy and procedure on around training. It's very good to have health and safety workplace training at the moment because of the pandemic.
Fantastic. Well, it says here you offer a lot of discount for B1 lessons, life in the UK.
Because my volume going up.
Right.
There is something in accountancy and finance. Yeah. When volume goes up, profit goes down. Volume goes up, cost goes down.
Cost goes down.
So because my volume going up every day, I have lots of learners, new learners, so I can put the price down. Also because of the current financial crisis, so many taxi drivers at the moment are not working full time. So many people lost their job. Some of them are in financial crisis. Bit of discount would not hurt my company that much.
No.
I always believe
it always gives customers
in serving
incentive.
I always believe in serving my customers.
Brilliant.
My strength is I serve you as a customer. I provide the fantastic service.
Yep.
I try to give what you want within my legal limited boundaries.
Yep.
And that's why I'm good at.
Well, that's good. I mean, word of mouth is a big thing. You give a customer some satisfaction, and then you'll be telling other customers, others to come to you. Brilliant. Okay, well,
discount. 24 অক্টোবর পর্যন্ত সকল A1, A2, B1 and life in the UK learnersদের জন্য 50% discount. For all the A1, A2, B1 and life in the UK courses, you get 50% discount.
Fantastic.
Suppose your wife need a B1 qualification 2 years later. If you admit now, you can attend 2 years later for the same price.
Brilliant.
So you get a big good deal. All this early bird discount is fantastic to save money. Saving money and they were out making money.
That's good. That's good. Well, just because of short of time. Let's just say, a relative of mine or someone, who doesn't know how to speak English.
At all.
Right. And then, and then, they come to you to pass his exam.
One thing I always say, Abdul Haque, I can teach you from the scrap.
Follow you as an imam, right?
Not follow imam. I mean, if you don't know English at all, I got all the resources to teach you from the scrap.
Oh, fantastic.
At the moment, I got a few learners, they're old enough, they're doing very well because I know what to do, I know how to teach, and that's what I'm doing.
If you just tell our viewers why should they come to you, maybe a few things or few tips.
I mean, there are so many tuition providers. I would not tell you not to go to them. I'm different than others. I provide unlimited learning, and my learners always pass in Trinity, B1 and life in the courses. At the moment, I got good discount, 50%. If you want to save money, you should not avoid this discount. And
one other thing quickly.
One other thing, safeguard yourself by maintaining social distancing. When you are out and about, make sure please wash your hands. Prophet of Allah said, "At-tuhuru shatrul iman." Always having neat and cleanness is part of your faith. Shop shomay apne poriskar rakhta, disinfectant use horta, ar na muko shop shomay touch horta na.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Well, Haque Bhai is just giving us a little hadith there. So, Haque Bhai, we've got to wrap it up because of short of time. But thank you for coming to the show once again. We've learned a lot about your business, and I'm sure the viewers, will be very interested. So, next week we'll have another entrepreneur on the show, and we'll be learning about his business, his success, and what were the passions behind it. So, until then, Assalamu alaikum.